Hello and welcome to my channel On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today let's find out what's been on the hook. I hope you're having a wonderful National Crochet Month. This is the month where we celebrate crochet, and some of the crafters have also jumped on and they call it National Craft Month. It actually started out as National Crochet Month. And in this month we celebrate crochet. What a beautiful, beautiful hobby that it is, and a craft that it is. And it's a skill that you get. It's not terribly difficult to learn, but you can get better and better and better as you grow in your crochet skills. And I really love crochet. I've been crocheting since I was just a little girl, and it's allowed me to create things that I would normally not be able to create. I also love yarn, so that comes in handy as well. I'm actually filming this on Saturday before the Monday that I'm releasing it. So a couple of things. One thing is that the giveaway that I was going to do today on Monday, I actually filmed on Saturday, so I wanted to give everyone a chance to sign up. And by the way, the keyword is bag, B-A-G, and you have to put that on the video before. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to that video at the end of this video, so you can be sure that you have your comment in the right spot. Be sure to use the word bag. And there are a couple of gifts that I'm giving away, maybe three. I think it's three gifts that I'm giving away, and you only have to use the word bag to be in the running for one of those gifts. So I usually have three keywords, but I only did one this time. So for those of you who asked me, that's the answer. Only one keyword for next week's video. So I'll be drawing that next Monday. Today is actually Saturday where I am, and by the time you see this, I'll probably be on my way back. But I have to go out of town for a few days, and I will be back. And hopefully I'll be back on video on Friday, and that way we can catch up with some things that I've done on my trip. And I have lots of projects to take. You know me, I have a lot of projects in the works. Now, what I'm wearing, just let me say this quickly, what I'm wearing is the Agnes Sweater. This pattern was released last week, and it has received a lot of wonderful comments, and a lot of you purchased the pattern. I'm so thankful for that, for supporting my Etsy shop. I appreciate each and every one of you who supports my Etsy shop, both with buying project bags and or buying patterns. It helps me so much. It helps me to buy yarn and to bring you videos that hopefully are entertaining and where you can learn something. I'm hoping I'm bringing you something to the table that you can learn from. So let me just say thank you for your support and for your response to this particular pattern. This is the Agnes Sweater, and I'm wearing it right now. I really like it. One reason I like it is I like the yarn that I made it from. It is made from a very nice wool and silk yarn. It's a fingering weight. It says it's DK, but it's really fingering. And it took me a long time to make it. In my view, a long time is over a week. Can usually make a sweater in a week, but I work on my sweaters every single day, where you might not do that. You might make one sweater in a season, and I make probably 10 or 15. So I'm in a hurry a lot of the time, but I wanted to make this out of a really beautiful yarn because it was a top that had been requested by so many of you out there. You wanted a sleeveless top that was modest, and it was for summer, and you could make it out of any kind of DK weight or a fingering weight yarn, and it would be very, very comfortable to wear all summer long. This is not a hot top. Actually, it's cool today, and my arms are a little cool, but I would probably, if I was going out, I would wear a blue jean jacket or something over this, but it's really very warm and very comfortable, very comfortable. Now, again, this yarn is very busy, and variegated yarns tend to be that way. And if you want to make the pattern so that the triple ribs show up, you probably want to make it out of a tonal or a solid color, and that way you could see the ribs in all their glory. The beautiful triple ribs. I just love these. Let me get up here where you can see these. These are, if you can even see that, I hope you can. They're triple ribs all along here, and they really add a lot to the ribbing because they make it more stretchy for one thing, and they add a design element and interest to the neckline. And I also did those at the bottom of the sweater, right down here. I did a little bit more of them. I think I did one more row down at the bottom. And I will back up and let you take a look at this sweater. Okay, here is the Agnes Sweater. This is what it looks like. It's very, very easy to make. It's not difficult at all. And I tried to, I used decreases on the armholes, front and back, so that you could shape this to your shape. And I gave you kind of a basic look at how many decreases to use. You can use more if you want to, but you don't have to. If you start under the arm and you do as many decreases as I say, then you crochet straight up, then your sweater should fit. If you're a very, very large person though, you might want to decrease a little bit more. Put it up to yourself after you decrease as many times as I suggest in the pattern, and then decide if those are enough for you. If it's not, take it a little bit farther up. You can do that with flexible crochet, which is what my patterns are. They're very flexible. You can make most of my sweaters out of most any type yarn that you want, any size hook that you want. It's up to you how you make it. But this one I made with a G hook. I know that's very, very small, but I made it with a G hook, and I used a very small DK weight yarn to make it, and it was quite worth it because I don't have to wear a tank top under it. You can't see through it. It's very, very comfortable. I'll show you the back. The back is right about 3 or 4 inches below my hips, and you can make it, of course, as long as you want, but I only crocheted this much of the body, and then I left a couple of inches at the bottom where I put the ribs on last, and that way I could decide how long I wanted the sweater. At the end, after I made the sweater, I tried it on, and I thought I need a couple of inches of ribbing at the bottom. So I just ribbed until I got to that point. It's about 1.5 inches actually, but you can put more rows on the bottom. You can crochet them there and make your rib as wide as you want. A wide rib would be very, very beautiful, especially in a solid color, because then you could see the beautiful triple ribs that are in the pattern. So again, this is the Agnes sweater. I hope you like it. If you decide to go out, I've got a link down in the description box to the pattern on my Etsy shop. Let's talk about Happy Mail for just a moment. I've been getting some letters in my post box, and I love to get letters from my subscribers. It's very, very sweet. Y'all write the sweetest notes, and thank you so much for doing that. This one is from Terry Stevenson, and Terry is in Washington, and I wanted to show you that. It's a thank you letter for, I think she won, she won some yarn in a giveaway, and I actually included the pattern with that. I'm not really sure which one she won, but it's a thank you note and a happy St. Patrick's Day from Terry. Also from Karen, and she is in Washington as well. And Karen wrote this really nice note and a thank you card with a pretty hummingbird on the front. Thank you so much for that. That's beautiful this time of year. They're coming back, I think. They won't be coming to my house, though, because I took all my bird feeders down. I was just kind of over all the mess that it caused, and I was drawing squirrels and chipmunks and everything else to my home, close to my house, you know, where my bird feeders were. And the squirrels were just so intent on getting that food, I just had to give it up. I gave away all of my bird feeders to my chiropractor's assistant. She's a huge bird lover, and I came in one day and I said, you know, I've got 6 really nice bird feeders out here that are squirrel proof. I say that with a laugh. They weren't squirrel proof, but I paid a lot of money for them because they said they were squirrel proof, and eventually the squirrels figure out how to get into them. But she wanted them, so I had them right in my trunk, and I put them in her car, and they were gone. Of course, I cleaned them up first, but anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, the hummingbird. Well, thank you, Karen. A beautiful, beautiful note in here, and she finished one of my whips. So y'all are willing to do that. That's great. But she said she'd finish one of my whips anytime. So thank you, Karen, for that. I also got a note from Julie Collins, and Julie goes by another last name, so I can say her last name, but she sent me this pretty note, and she had not been able to get a hold of me on my email, and it's because I missed it. I'm sure it was my fault, totally my fault, but she was worried that she wouldn't get in touch with me, so she sent me a note in my mailbox. So thank you, Julie, I got that, but before that we had it all straightened out. So thank you for that sweet note, though. That was very sweet of you to send that. So now my last happy mail that I want to show you, this is from Claire, and Claire is in Louisiana. And she sent me this beautiful card. Again, what's with the birds? Y'all think I love birds? I do love birds. And the beautiful colors in this one, I don't know if that's a real bird or what, but it's so pretty. And Claire sent me this really nice note, and she sent me this beautiful, beautiful, it's like a little doily. It is so gorgeous. Look at that. And it's done with tiny little thread. Looks like maybe cotton thread. Claire, you could tell me that. I think it's cotton thread. But it is absolutely beautiful. Very beautifully done. Not a mistake in it. Not that I was looking, but I mean, as you look at it, you just say, this is just perfection. And she said that I think her grandmother, let me see what she says. She says, my grandmother taught me the crafts, and 2 of her aunts. So she had lots of help with that. And I wish I only had one person show me how. That was my mother, and she did a good job. But it was just one person. So I guess when you have more than one person, you can learn from everybody. You can really learn from everybody. She also sent me a very nice devotion that I actually know about, Claire. So thank you so very much. I love it. And thank you for that beautiful doily. And this can go up on my bulletin board. I hope that's okay with you. But I just like to look at perfection in crochet. It's so gorgeous. Thank you again, Claire. Claire from Louisiana. So moving right along, let's talk about some whips I have on the hook. And this is the Felicity. And y'all have asked me about this. I love this sweater. It's going to be very, very comfortable. And I made it out of a fingering weight wool, Audine wools from KnitCrate. And I'm not sure if they still have it, but the colorway is Beaches. And it's just a very simple stitch pattern here, but we use the treble crochet up at the top to make a really cool rib. All the ribs run straight down the fabric, and I thought that was a really nice touch for the bodice. So I'm just using it at the bodice. This is the front. I've already completed the back, so I'm almost done with this. And I did put a neckline in this. I felt like it needed one. So I wanted to get it down below my neck so it wouldn't be up here. And so I did some decreasing there, and I've got a neckline running through here. And what I'll do is I'll tighten up this neckline maybe with a single crochet row with some decreases in it. That's probably what I'll do. And then I will get the pattern out for you. But it's going to have some cap sleeves because of the ease that I've put in the sweater. I believe it's 8 or 10 inches of ease. You can see that, how far around it goes, almost to my back, all the way around. So I've done that, and I don't know what I'm going to add at the bottom. I might add some more triples. I might add some more of these long treble crochet ribs. I might do that. I might not do anything. I don't know what I'm going to do. I will try it on and say, I really like the way this looks, or I need to have something at the bottom. So again, that's what's going on. And this is the Felicity sweater, and you can look for that in a couple of weeks because I'll be gone from my house for a little while, and then of course I'll be back by the time you see this. But I want to spend next week finishing this up, and I wanted to show you the progress that I'd made on the Felicity sweater. I'm not a political person, but as you know, there's a war going on in Europe, and I am in solidarity with the people there that are fighting for their country. And I went out on the web and I looked up their flag, and their flag is yellow and blue. Very simple flag. So I decided that I would design a pattern that would reflect the colors in their flag, and also I would send some of the money to a charity, and it would be one that I've found that is bona fide. I've had 2 or 3 people check on it for me, and it's I believe it's a portion or a division of Feed the Poor, and it is for the children of Ukraine, and part of each pattern revenue will go to that. As many people as purchase my patterns, I should be able to send a decent check to them and do my part in helping the people of Ukraine recover from this war. So the 2 colors I've come up with, if you've seen a flag of Ukraine, it is yellow and blue. It is not a sweet color of yellow. It is a bright yellow and a bright blue. So I went on Lovecraft's website, and I found some Paintbox, and if y'all ever heard of that, it's a really nice cotton yarn, and I wanted to make it out of cotton because it's summertime coming up, so let's just do it in cotton. So I bought these 2 colors. These are the 2 Paintbox colors. One is called Buttercup Yellow, and the other one is Sailor Blue. Those are the two colors that I'm using. Let me get that up there where you can see it. Paintbox is a famous brand. It's a beautiful brand, and it's a very high quality cotton yarn that that you make garments from. I'm not sure making a dishcloth from this would be a great idea. Of course you could. I think they were $3.99 a ball. Each ball, it's 50 grams. So it's like buying a half of a skein of yarn. It's not very much. It's 95 yards on the skein. So you have to buy quite a few. I had to buy 5 or 6 of each color. And I was going to design it the way, I came up first of all to design it more like the flag with yellow and blue. And then Mr. On the Hook gave me some ideas about maybe just making a blue sweater and accenting it in yellow. And so that's where I'm going with it. I'll show it to you next week. But the first stripe I have, I'm making it out of a blue, the royal blue will be most of the sweater. The bottom of the sweater is a lace section that's below the waist. This is at the waist. Then I have a yellow stripe right here, and then the rest of it will be blue, and then I will accent it again once or twice in the yellow. So it's not going to be all yellow and blue. It's going to be mostly blue with a little bit of yellow as a design element, and I think it's going to be beautiful. I really do. I don't think that too much yellow would be a good idea, though. I think the yellow is a little bit bright, and so for a woman's sweater I think it would be okay to just accent the blue sweater in yellow. So give me your thoughts, whatever you think I should do. I'm going to be working on that in the car when I take my little trip, and hopefully I can make some headway on that. I want to finish the Felicity sweater as well. I bought 5 cakes of this in the colorway Steel, and there it is in the colorways. All beautiful grays and probably a little bit of almost black, dark charcoal in the middle, and then light gray around the edges and back and forth in the colors. I have got to make a sweater from this. I just love it. I think it's so beautiful. It's just so classic, the colors of gray and black. I like them every season of the year. I might make an Agnes sweater from it. That would be kind of cool because you could wear it with black jeans or a black skirt, maybe wear a white sweater over it or a white denim jacket. I have one of those. I don't wear it very often, but I do love it. It's white, and I also have a black denim jacket. So all that would go with this, and that makes me want to make an Agnes sweater from this. So that might be kind of an extra project that I could work on. I hate to just let the yarn sit and not make anything from it. So I might throw this in the mix and work on it as I'm traveling. I don't know. Mr. On the Hook usually drives most of the way, so I don't have to worry about not being able to crochet. I just love to crochet in the car. I don't have a problem looking down. I could look down for hours, and some people get kind of sick, but I don't have that problem. So I've been very, very fortunate in being able to crochet while I'm on a trip. So that is one yarn that I bought lately that I would like to use in a project, and I have another one I want to show you. I also have a V-neck top-down sweater that I'm working on, but that's kind of slowly coming along. I'm having to rip out a lot, doing some frogging on that, so I'm still working on that as well. Also, I wanted to do something with this Mary Maxim Best Value. This is a wonderful, wonderful yarn. I use the neutral ombre in the Mary Maxim Best Value to make my Lucy cardigan, and y'all love that too. And I love that cardigan. I've worn it 2 or 3 times. I wore it yesterday actually because it was cold here, and I wore it over a black short sleeve t-shirt, and it was perfect. Really liked it. And I also didn't put buttons on it. If you remember, I use a scarf clip in the front to hold it together, and it holds together very, very well. So I was going to do a short sleeve cardigan with this, and that's probably what I will do with it. It's called Spring Ombre. They still have it at Mary Maxim, not sponsored, but I do love this. It is very, very soft. It's very, very easy to wear. It's not scratchy at all. As I'm going by my other neutral ombre, I'm going by that. It was black and brown and gray and a little bit of white in there, tiny little bit of kind of a light blue that I've noticed, and it's really pretty. I love it, but this is the spring version of the Best Value Ombre. It's called Spring Ombre, and it's pink and green, and there's a tiny bit of kind of a coral color, but mostly shades of green and pink. So we'll see how that looks when I crochet it up. But I have that in a project bag, and I really want to get started on that as well. So I have this yarn and that yarn that I bought just on a whim and thinking that I would make something from them. I don't know if y'all do that or not. Do you ever do that? Just buy yarn and not know what to do with it? I rarely do that, but I did that with those two yarns. And so now I'm thinking that I will get started on those. I also want to get my patterns finished, so I have lots and lots to do. Now, being National Craft Month and National Crochet Month, most importantly, but since it's National Craft Month, I'm going to show you a couple of minutes of my Diamond Art Club painting that I have. I'm working on it. I'm through with Virgin of the Lilies. The lilies are at the Framers, and I took them to the Framers the other day, and it was so much fun. She's so large, and we found a table that we could roll her out onto, and we discussed all the different frames, and I picked one out. It's kind of a gold frame. I knew it would be gold because of the halo colors and, you know, just the colors in the general painting. So I really loved the frame that I picked out. It's not very heavy, and so they were going to mount it on a board, mount the diamond painting on a board. We talked about that and how that would keep it from sliding down. There would be no glass on it. I want it to be open so people can feel the beautiful resins in the diamond painting. So that's at the Framers. Now I've started a new diamond painting called the Nativity, and I want to show you how far I've gotten on that. Here I am at my diamond painting craft table, and that's a little plastic table that I bought. It folds up. It's only about 3 feet deep and maybe 6 feet across, maybe 5.5 or 6 feet across. This is my newest painting, and I'm going to turn it this way so that you can see it right side up. This is the top of the painting. This is the bottom down here, and I am right about here, and I have a few places here that I haven't placed drills yet, but I'm right about here, maybe 1/4 of the way across the painting, maybe 1/5. And 2 of the wise men are here. There's one there and one here, and I'm not sure what he's carrying here. I'll have to finish that. I don't have any drills right there either. So I have a few little places I haven't placed drills, but I have placed them on most all of this piece, and it's really been fun. I've noticed that the wood is all different colors here. It's not a lot of confetti where you would have to place lots of drills in little tiny places. It's mostly color blocking. See all the lines here, and the color blocking is quite large on most everything. There's a little confetti here in the faces, but other than that, it's mostly color blocking. So it's going very quickly, and I'm just really excited. I'm almost, I'm not going to be done with this for a while, but I don't have very far to go before I get to the next section and the next section. So it is kind of exciting to get it done. Now, I'm also want to show you this is my cover minder up here. It has a magnet on the back, and this holds the plastic cover, which is right here. You can see that, see the glare there. The plastic cover up off of your area that you're working on, and then at night you can let that down, and it covers up the adhesive that's open, and then it doesn't attract dust and dirt and other things in the air. So that's really nice. And this is a cover minder that was actually included in the toolkit in the Diamond Art Club toolkit. So in their new toolkits, which are now coming out with most all of their paintings, they are including a cover minder and some extra wax, some other things in there, some washi tape, which you can line up right along here. If there's some glue on the edge that you want to cover up right along here, I didn't need to because the glue started right at where the colors are, so I didn't need it there. But if I need it along the side or something, I will put some down. But they sent some washi tape, which is just kind of a decorative Scotch tape-ish thing that you use in we use in scrapbooking. Some other things you can use it in your planner. But it's really pretty decorative tape, and I haven't needed to use that, but I do have it put back, and I'll be using it maybe around the other side of the painting, just depending on where the adhesive is. But I wanted to give you this update and let you see the Nativity, which is, you can see here is another, it looks like that might be Joseph here, or Joseph, I don't know which one. I'll have to get it painted before I realize who is who, but I just wanted to show you the progress I've made here. Again, this is Diamond Art Club's the Nativity, and you can check the company out at the website down below in the description box, and I'll put an offer code down there for your first painting if you're interested in buying one. I hope you enjoyed that little video. I like to show you my progress, and I don't make a big deal out of it, but I do want to show you that I do other things besides crochet. I do love to do that hobby right now. I have lots of hobbies that I've done in the past, but right now I'm working on these two, and it's kind of fun to keep you all apprised of what I'm doing there. I wanted to show you the progress that I'd made. So now I think I'm going to leave that there. This is Saturday, and I'm releasing this on Monday. So I will not be selecting winners for the gifts today. It will be next Monday. So be sure to be watching then. Also, be sure to sign up and use the word BAG, B-A-G, as your keyword in your comment. And I'll put a link to that video at the end of this one. So be sure to put your comment there for the giveaway gifts that will be next Monday. So I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. I'll see you back as soon as I can. I hope you subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also go to the community, because I've been sending out some emails, and they're important ones with some really good information in there. So be sure you go down and join the community. There's a link down in the description box. You'll get a free pattern and also an offer code that you can use anytime in my Etsy shop for my patterns. And anything special that I send out goes out to the community, and you'll be in that list. So when I have a new pattern, or when I have a project bag that arrives in a different color, or if I have 10 project bags left or 5, sometimes I'll send out an email and let y'all know where I am, so that you can decide if you want to go out and grab one. If everything goes well, I will be back at the end of the week, and we can catch up then, and you can see what I've been working on my trip. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and join me next time to find out what's on the hook.